Hi, Eric Simpson here, weight loss coach and trainer, specialising in helping busy professional women over 40 who are looking to lose weight and tone up without having to count calories or spend hours exercising every day, and doing it in a way that's holistic, so you're using your mindset, you're using nutrition and exercise all combined together. So without further ado, let's get into today's session, which is you can't find the time to exercise. That is one of those things that most people come up with as an excuse as to why they can't work out. It's not because they're injured necessarily, or they may be. It's not because they haven't got the equipment, because often people have bought home use equipment and it's become a clothes horse. It's because they simply can't find time, and you may find yourself in that situation now. So I'm going to be sharing with you in this short training 5 things that you can do to create time for exercise. But look, before I do that, it's worth pointing out, to be fair to you and to me, any tips that you receive are going to be no good unless you've got the right levels of motivation. So you need to be at the right level in order to be able to implement these 5 things I'm going to be suggesting. And by the way, you don't have to implement all 5. You can just start off with one of them. So let's crack on with number 1, probably the most important one, and it's this. List out your day. What do I mean by that? Well, I quite literally get my clients, as part of one of the coaching sessions I do with them, to list out the day from when they wake up in the morning to when they go to bed at night. So it's time out of bed, time for breakfast, time they leave for work, time for lunch, time they leave work, time they get home. You know, they map it all out, and I ask them to identify a window of opportunity where they have anywhere between 10 to 30 minutes of time where they can fit some exercise in. Now, you may be thinking, Eric, you don't know my schedule. I don't have 5 minutes to exercise with my routine. And if that's the situation you find yourself in, all I can say to you is this, and being as nice as I can, you are in bigger trouble than what you think. If you're saying to me you can't find 5 minutes in the day to do some exercise, you really do need more help than you possibly realize. So that's number 1, list out your day. Number 2 is commit to something or someone. So you know what it's like, if we kind of like make that vague commitment in our heads that we're going to do something, then does it get done? 9 times out of 10 it doesn't get done. Whereas if we commit to attending a class, maybe you've got a local facility near you that does a class of exercise, or committing to a professional like myself, those sorts of things give you a little bit of external accountability, and we're far better, funnily enough, at sometimes being more accountable externally than what we are internally. Obviously we want to be able to develop the internal accountability over and above the external accountability for long-term success, but just to get the wheels in motion, having something external that you commit to can give you that bit of external accountability that makes you feel as though, yeah, I want to turn up for that, and keep you moving forwards and getting exercise done. Number 3, split your exercise time. What do I mean by that? Well, if your routine is made up of, let's say, a warm-up, some cardiovascular and some strength training, and it takes 30 minutes, rather than doing all that in one fell swoop, split it in half. Do a bit in the morning, do a bit in the evening. Now you may be saying, well, that's not practical, Eric, and I get that, but I'm just giving you some ideas as to what you potentially could do. Or maybe you do cardio on one day, resistance training on another day, and you alternate it that way. But what I'm basically saying is you don't have to do exercise in one big chunk of 20 or 30 minutes. Cut it in half, make it achievable, get the routine going, and then as you get the routine going, then we can look to tweak what goes in that routine and potentially look to expand it as well. So that's number 3. Number 4, leverage your work. What do I mean by leveraging your work? Well, look, as you sat there right now, maybe start to roll your shoulders a little bit, maybe do some rotations. When was the last time you actually moved your body whilst you sat at your desk looking at the PC? Most people, if you think about what they do with their bodies, they wake up in the morning, they sit down for breakfast, they get in the car, they sat again, they get into work, they sit down again, they finish work, sat in the car, get home, sit down, have tea, sit and watch TV. They spend a lot of time in this position. And I know what that's like because I work online, so I know I have to be more aware of the fact I'm doing that. So leverage your work, get moving at your desk. Or other things you could do, you could park your car a bit further away from where you normally park it, so you're walking in. You could use the steps instead of the elevator if that's what you typically use. And who knows, maybe you could potentially start to walk or cycle into work as part of your daily routine. So definitely leverage your work where you possibly can. And number 5, prep the night before. This is such a big one. It's small, but it's so big. You know, if you're going to be exercising, let's say from home, I would be highly recommending you have all of your gym gear over the back of the chair, ready to rock and roll, and the equipment and the space allocated for your workout, because I can guarantee, because it's happened to me, if you wake up in the morning and you try to find your training gear, or you can't find that set of dumbbells or whatever it might be, especially when you're just starting out, that can be exactly the reason why you don't do that workout routine. So do some prep the night before. So let's just quickly recap what those 5 things are. Number 1, list out your day. So literally from when you wake up to when you go to bed, you know, list it all out and look for those opportunities where you can fit in that exercise. Number 2, commit to somebody or something. Get some external accountability. External accountability can be massive. Number 3, split your exercise time down. Don't make it too overwhelming. If it's a bit, you know, if you haven't done anything for a while, don't suddenly start saying you're going to do hour-long workouts. You may do that once a week, then that's it for weeks on end. Better that you do, you know, a 20-minute routine split into 10 and do that a few times and try to do these big, massive workout routines. Number 4, leverage your work. Look for ways that you can build in activity at your place of work, even if it means just walking a little bit further from the car park to where your office is. And number 5, prep the night before. Prepping the night before, not only does it make you more motivated in the morning to get up and do the routine, it almost underlines it the night before that you've got the intent to do something the next day. So definitely do that one. So hopefully you found those 5 ways to create time for exercise useful if you feel as though you haven't got time to exercise. If you have any questions or comments at all, then please feel free to leave those below. If you'd like to hear more of these videos, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to have a conversation with me about your own health and fitness, then within the description below this video there should be a link to my online calendar where you can book yourself in for a free no obligation chat with me. We can have a discussion about where you are right now, what your goals are, and if I think I can help, then we can have a conversation around how that might work. Until next time, take very good care and bye for now.